in all, the day went well. We took the approach of a first preseason NFL game with our starters. Somewhat limited reps. Our first offense went 2 series. Our first defense went 3 series. I thought both of them played extremely well, efficient football. But the real key to this day was to see our young kids play. Obviously the 2 young quarterbacks, but all of them, from the linemen to the backers to the DBs to the wideouts, to see them play, to see them get through the first couple series of maybe the jitters or the anxiety, and then relax and play, and to ultimately see potentially who could help us this fall and potentially who might be a redshirt guy.
Who stood out?
I thought the 2 quarterbacks, 2 young guys, once they settled in, did some nice things for us. I thought Sean Parker did some nice things back there. Kevin Smith, early on, I thought might have been a little anxious, a little jittery. He showed up. I was extremely impressed with Greg Christine again. This is the time last year he did it and earned his way on the field, and he had a heck of a scrimmage today. So those are guys. We used Zach Fogerson some at tailback, wanted to see what we look like with a big back there. He looked good. It was great to see Chris Polk just get a couple carries. Jesse Collier, Jory Fogerson. A lot of guys did some nice things today.
Any concerns?
Not really. I thought our ones and special teams looked good. The punt game, the kick game, kickoff-wise, I think we still have some work to do on kickoff return, a little bit in punt return, but those are generally the last 2 teams that work their way up. So those things we'll continue to work on. But and I thought number 10 was great today. For 2 series, he was on point all the way through it.
And the Zach Fogerson thing, is that a thing you just started doing today? Or?
We gave him a couple carries yesterday, and we kind of thought, let's just see what this looks like. And he's that kind of back that can put a pounding on you. And he did it. That last touchdown run he had, I think he ran over a couple of guys to get in.
Was Deontay getting hurt? Did you want to throw another guy back there, or was that just something you saw in Zach?
Yeah, I think it was just something to look at. When you look at our backs, we don't have a real, 230, 235 guy that can really thump you, and he has the potential to do that. We're just in the infancy stages of that, of looking at him. So that'll take a little time, but I got to look at the film and see exactly what he's seen and what it looked like.
As a head coach, you're obviously looking at a lot of things, but to see both the first offense and first defense have success out here, do you kind of walk away feeling like this?
That made me feel the best. That and being healthy. If you ask any NFL head coach, he doesn't want to see any of his starters get hurt, and he wants them to see him play efficient football. And I thought both sides of the ball of our ones were extremely efficient today. And then the next step is, let me see our young kids compete. Let me see what they look like when they start to get a little bit tired. Can they keep battling through it? Are they mentally tough enough, or are we wilting? And I thought our kids battled today.
I don't know if it's 2 ways of asking the same thing, but when you talk about your red shirt decisions, is it simply a matter of probably can't help us this year, or do you try and project forward 5 years and think might it really have something there?
I can't worry about 5 years right now. I'm worried about our 2010 football team and what gives us the best chance to win, and it gives us the best opportunity to win. And I think we'd be foolish to ruin a guy's year for 2 snaps. But if a kid can help us all year long on special teams and as a backup on one side of the ball or the other, it's worth playing them.
Are there any definitive one way or the other?
Not yet. Not yet. We won't make anything definitive on those issues until next week. We've got another scrimmage coming Saturday. But I think we're starting to get a decent idea of where guys are shaping out.
Just talk a little bit about the penalties today.
Well, that wasn't the thing that excited me the most. It was a lot of our young guys. We were a little jittery up front. So we had some false starts and a delay game, and some of that is expected, but we'll work on cleaning that up. And a couple of things down the field, in the passing game that I think were some young guys that maybe panicked when the ball was in the air. So we'll address it, and hopefully as we move forward, the anxiety won't quite be there of what's next, and here we go, I got to get off on the ball. It's relax, I know what I'm doing, I can play.
And are you enjoying the heat for the young guys?
That's perfect. We need it. I'm a little disappointed. I'm looking at the forecast. It might cool off here later in the week, but we need this heat as much as we can get it.
With this offense, with so many guys that have played together before, is it better for this offense almost to get less time? You can only have 2 series with this offense as opposed to a bunch of guys are trying to get used to each other?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so much continuity. You know, these guys are, they you know, we're able to make adjustments on the fly with these guys. They've played so much together. The quarterback and the wideouts are really working well together. They understand each other extremely well. The offensive linemen understand each other extremely well. So it's not about pounding them and getting them so many different looks. It's about making sure we're on point, making sure we're efficient, got good tempo, good urgency to the line of scrimmage, and playing fast football.
Are you going to follow the NFL model and give your ones a lot more time next time
We'll
out?
probably get a little bit more Saturday. We'll get a little more work.
And did you have any thoughts on Cavario finishing up his career in Nebraska?
Not really. Wish him luck.
What were you doing with the freshman at the end there?
That was just a little reminder about taking care of the football.